Welcome back to FGCL action here at Field 1. It's the third game of our triple header over here at Palmasola Park. We got a triple header at Field 2, and this is the capper here at Field 1. It's the 4-1 Siesta Key Phinz, currently sitting in third place in the FGCL standings, taking on the 2-3 Sarasota Loggerheads, currently trying to snap a 3-game losing streak. And they'll look to do it against the Phinz here today. Glad that you're with us here on Field 1. Gray Robertson up here in the booth, keeping score, doing all the things on the app and the scoreboard as well. And I want to hear from you throughout this broadcast. So you can hit me on Twitter at Gray, Gray_Robertson. Send us a message. We will read it out, and we'll make sure that we shout you out. Let us know who you're watching, where you're watching, how you're spending this Friday afternoon ahead of one more game day in the FGCL and then a Sunday off. And this is the final day to even up everybody in the record-wise in the standings, as the Swashbucklers and Snowbirds have their off day. And now we get set for the Phinz and the Loggerheads. Phinz are the away team, so here is the starting lineup for Kyle Gross and his squad. Destiny Washington, the left fielder, will lead off with Emma Mansfield, the second baseman, batting second. Batting third is Lily Solis, the third baseman. In the cleanup spot, Katie Hershey, the DP. Batting fifth is Simone Edge, the first baseman, with Morgan Foster, the center fielder, batting sixth. McKenna Belair, the extra hitter, is in the 7-hole. Brooke Bennett, the catcher, bats eighth. Catherine Hanipsiak, the right fielder, bats ninth. And Lily Palco, the shortstop, is in the 10-hole. And they will take on, in the circle, Sydney Jackson, who's currently in the transfer portal, coming in from Syracuse. Jackson, sophomore last year for the Orange out of Houston, Texas. On the summer, a 10.50 ERA, 2-1 record. 6 2/3 innings, 11 hits, 11 runs, 10 earned, 12 walks, and 9 strikeouts. And I'm not quite sure what we're waiting on. I'm going to find out and let you know. Stand by. First pitch coming up between the Loggerheads and the Phinz here on Field 1. All right, looks like we're all good as Jackson comes out to fire some warm-up pitches, and the Phinz get ready to hit. These are two of the best offenses in the FGCL. The Phinz as a team hitting .380. Good for first in the league and one spot ahead of the second place Loggerheads in team batting average. Phinz hitting .380, Loggerheads hitting .375. Both teams in the back part of the league rankings and ERA. Phinz a team ERA of 5.52, Loggerheads 9.66. And we get to see one of the most electric bats in the FGCL start things off. One of the hardest workers you'll find around here as well. Destiny Washington, currently in the portal, looking for a new home from UCF. On the summer, 5 for 8, a 6.25 average, 1 RBI, 1 double, 7 runs scored. She's also walked 5 times. Her 7.69 OBP is one of the best in the entire FGCL of folks who have enough at-bats. So a little bit of a late start, but all good to go, I do believe. And a first pitch ball, and we're off and running. Washington, one of the most prolific leadoff hitters in the entire FGCL. Swing and a miss there, 1-1. Started her career at Marshall, transferred to UCF, and now looking for another new spot. Really fun kid. I've enjoyed watching her work this summer. Also really crafty with the content as well. Couple of portalers going at it here to start. That's inside, 3-1. Ball 4. So that's another walk drawn by Washington, who keeps doing her job. Lead off aboard for the Phinz here in the first, and here's the defense for the Loggerheads. You've got Ava Davis in left, Sophia Jen in center, Morgan Clark in right, Lexi Beldowitz at third, Grazia Mazzola at short, Cutinelli's at second, Rebecca Lewis at first, and Pashodi behind the plate. And a first pitch strike to Emma Mansfield. Mansfield out of Jacksonville. This summer, 2 for 12 with 2 RBIs, a homer, and 2 runs. And quickly down 0-2. Gotta watch for Washington running as well. She's got 4 stolen bases. That's up there in the league ranks. Runner goes, and Washington will have another stolen base. 5th this summer. And immediately a runner in scoring position for Mansfield as the Phinz look to strike. Ball 4, back-to-back walks. Now you've got one of the most prolific RBI producers in the FGCL, Lily Solis. Hitting for average well, too. First pitch strike called. Solis from McNeese, 7 of 13, 538 average, 8 RBIs, a homer, a double, and 5 runs scored. And Washington will scoot. They're on the corners with nobody out. And a great chance for Solis to bring a run in now. Got her. Big time strikeout by Jackson for the first out of the inning. And massive to get Solis unproductively. Setting up Katie Hershey, who's in the portal, previously of Kentucky. Hershey, 4 for 10, 400 average, 5 RBIs, a homer, a double, 2 runs. Runner goes. Washington will come home and score, and the Phinz are on the board. Double steal action on the base paths. And it's 1-0. Hershey in the air to left. Long run, catch made, 2 down. Davis there in plenty of time. Two away for Simone Edge, another one currently in the portal coming from Texas Tech. First pitch foul. Edge is 1 for 8 here in the FGCL. That one was a double. Phinz have been really explosive offensively. 8 home runs already. I can double check, but I'm pretty sure that is leading the way. Tied for first with the slice. Edge fights off the change. Another foul ball. As mentioned, we do want to hear from you. At Gray_Robertson. Let us know where you're watching. I'm up here alone. So you, viewers at home, you're my co-hosts, my partners. Let's hang out. Swing and a miss. And Jackson gets the strikeout to end the inning. Parakeet is for her, but a couple free passes as well. And that's how the Phinz, with some free passes and aggressiveness on the base paths, get a run without a hit. We go to the bottom of the first, Loggerheads, and that second best batting average in the FGCL will come up against G.G. Lynch. We'll give you the lineups and more after this here on Field 1. Loggerheads coming to the plate for the first time, trailing by a run. And here is the starting lineup for Danielle Watson-Moore. Trying to get off a 3-game losing streak. Sophia Jin, the center fielder, leads off with Morgan Clark, the right fielder, batting second. In the 3 spot is Grazia Mazzola, with Lexi Beldowitz, the third baseman, hitting fourth. Mazzola playing short. 5 spot is Brooke Pashota, the catcher in the 5-hole. Cutinelli, the second baseman, is batting sixth. Rebecca Lewis, first base in the 7 spot. Ava Davis left in the 8-hole with Caroline Stanton, the DP, batting ninth. And Sophie Mazzola, the extra hitter, in the 10 spot, taking on G.G. Lynch, currently in the portal from Illinois, Chicago, in the circle. And the first pitch to Jen is up and in for ball 1. Lynch on the summer in ERA of 3, 0-1 record, 7 innings, 8 hits, 5 runs, 3 earned, 3 walks, and 5 Ks for her. Quickly 2-0 on Jen. Jen 4 of 8 with 7 runs and 5 walks, a .692 on base percentage for her. And now she's up 3-0. Stanford Cardinal. And ball 4. Boy, Jen's OBP is ridiculous. 6 walks drawn now. And here's the defense for the Phinz. Left field, Washington. Center field, Foster. Right field, Hanipsiak. Solis over at third. Palco at short. Mansfield at second. Edge at first. And Brooke Bennett is behind the plate. Here is Morgan Clark. Strike 1. Clark this summer is also 4 for 8 with an RBI, 4 runs scored, double in there as well. Also looking for a new home. Did not play softball her freshman year of college at Charlotte, but wants to get back into it. So coaches, keep an eye on her. Out in front there, 1-2. Little wind, more of a breeze than anything else, blowing in right to left. Not as toasty as it's been the last few days. Really, yesterday was pretty suffocating. Got me. But I'm all good today. Two is skied. And the catch is made over at third for the first out. So 1 gone for Grazia Mazzola. Washington Husky. Hitting .375. Runner goes. The throw down is not in time. Stolen base for Sophia Jin. That's her second. Now you've got Mazzola with 4 RBIs and a home run, and she gets plunked right in the head. Wore it like a champ. She'll head to first. And first and second with 1 out for Lexi Beldowitz. Another one in the portal out of South Florida. Beldowitz batting .538, 7 of 13, 4 RBIs, a home run, 3 runs, .625 on base percentage. Trying to strike first with the first hit of the game. It's 1-0 Phinz, but no one's put anything in play yet. There's ball 1. Free Pass City here to start off this one. Over on the other field, top of the second, no score, Queens and Circus. We'll give you updates throughout the afternoon. Stopped at third. There's one. The chance for two is in time. What a stop over at third base. Solis had the snare, tapped the bag, and that'll wrap up the first inning. 1-0 Phinz. Not a hit to be found in the first inning for either side, but the Phinz took advantage of their free passes. And we go to the second, 1-0. See if the Phinz can start to put some bat on ball when we come back. Morgan Foster, McKenna Belair, and Brooke Bennett due up 6, 7, 8 for the Phinz here in the second. Foster out of McNeese will start things off. 2 for 9 with an RBI, a double and a run here this summer. First pitch strike from Jackson. Any other updates you might want, let me know. I have been tracking U.S. Open golf. My pick is going to miss the cut. I'm pretty sad. That's why I don't take live guys normally. Thank you, John Rahm. 0-2 on Foster. Guess I should have taken Wyndham Clark. No hotter golfer in the world the last month. Foul ball. Foster from Ruston, Louisiana. Freshman last year from McNeese, where she redshirted. That's a cue ball. Jackson hurries. The throw to first is not in time. So an infield single. And Foster is aboard. First hit either way. First pitch ball to McKenna Belair. McKenna out of Ole Miss. All-star last year in the FGCL. Another cue ball. Bobbled by Jackson. The flip to first got away. Foster heads for third. 2 in scoring position. And nobody out. This is trouble for the Loggerheads. Phinz looking to put up a crooked number already. Brooke Bennett, newest South Carolina Gamecock, takes it outside for ball 1. Bennett transferring into South Carolina from Longwood this summer. 4 of 10 with 2 RBIs, a home run, and 3 runs scored. Bennett lays down a bunt. The throw to first is in time, and that'll bring in a run. 2-0 Phinz. As Bennett successfully lays it down. Now Catherine Hanipsiak out of Colgate. Comes up empty there, 1-1. Hanipsiak is 2 for 5 with an RBI, 3 runs, has walked a couple times, 571 OBP. Pretty solid down in the 9 spot. Gonna see the lineups move around a lot before playoffs. Gotta make sure all the ABs are even, more or less. That's foul, 2-2. Now the payoff from Jackson, foul again. This next pitch will be pitch 40 for Sidney Jackson in the circle. Ball 4, Hanipsiak goes to first. And the Phinz have them on the corners with 1 out for Lily Palko. The Michigan Wolverine. Michigan just got a little better today, adding the Zakay sisters from Oklahoma. Palko, 5 of 13, 385 average. Does not have an RBI this summer, but has driven in 3 runs. Shows bunt and fouls it. 1-1. I like the idea. Palko off the end of the bat to deep short. Catch made. 2 down. As Mazzola ranged over there. And turns the lineup over to the top with Destiny Washington. Walked and scored in the first. Looking to see which team can really get into one first. Runner goes, a letter. Hanipsiak with the stolen base. Catherine Hanipsiak's first here this summer. 1-1 on Washington. That one misses, 2-1. Two in scoring position for the Phinz. Up 2-0, trying to make it a little bit more. And Washington lines it out to center field. That'll bring him one, just one. Hanipsiak holds. And it's an RBI single to make it 3-0 here in the second. Destiny Washington continues to do exactly what the Phinz need at the top of the order. Now a first pitch swing by Emma Mansfield, drifting out of play. 0-1. Mansfield walked in the first. Gotta think Washington will steal second at some point here. Mansfield gets into it out to center field as well. Another run will score, and it's 4-0. Back-to-back RBI singles, and time is called. Emma Mansfield's third RBI this summer. And all these runs are going to be unearned. First pitch strike to Solis. Big lead for Washington. Solis struck out in the first. Man, though, Jackson is working hard. 52 pitches already. Laced foul. 2-2. Another cue ball. No one's covering first. Jackson tried to, and then Washington kept running. Play at third, no go. And Solis takes second. 5-0. And you've still got two in scoring position. Another hit that's just kind of a miss hit. Now ball one to Katie Hershey. That will be an RBI single for Solis because Washington kept on running. It goes down as a hit, but that's sloppy defense by the Loggerheads. Now 2-0 on Hershey, who flew out earlier. Swing and a miss. 2-1. Katie Hershey, a Kentucky Wildcat last year as a freshman, currently in the portal, looking for a new home. And a strikeout collected by Jackson. But 4 unearned runs come in to score. And we go to the home half. 5-0 Phinz. Loggerheads will need to put some offense together. Already down a pretty big number going to the home half. Pashota, Cutnelly, and Rebecca Lewis due up for the Loggerheads here in the second. 5, 6, 7. They trail 5-0, so needing to put something together against Gigi Lynch. 4 unearned runs scored in the top of the second. But now we get a good look at Brooke Pashota in the portal out of UNLV. 4 for 16 with a 250 average, 8 RBIs, 1 home run, 3 runs scored. Gigi Lynch back out in the circle, just 15 pitches. Again, Jackson has another inning on her, but she's over 50 already. Ball 1. Let's check Twitter one more time, see if anybody's said hello. You have not. That's fine. You can DM me if you want. Doesn't have to be a full-on message, but would like to hear from someone just to make sure you can hear me. That'd be embarrassing if not. Just out, 2-0. Loggerheads trying to snap a 3-game losing streak, but not looking good so far. Gonna have to put it together. Can't get it all back in one fell swoop, but still plenty of time. Just need some base runners and honestly some energy. It is a very, very flat vibe here at Field 1 right now. Green light, 3-1. Pashota loops that to left, and this will be catchable. Washington's there, 1 down. Alex Cutnelly out of St. Mary's will hit now. Batting .462, 6 of 13, 10 RBIs, up there with the best in the league. A couple home runs, a double, 4 runs scored. Long fly ball, heading foul, catch made. Hanipsiak tracks it down. 2 gone on a great running catch into foul territory. That's a good bat. You just swiped it out from setting up Rebecca Lewis. Lewis out of State College of Florida. Takes it low for ball 1. 1 for 10 with an RBI, 2 runs. 182 OBP. Gigi Lynch just going to work today. Three one. We got a tweet. Oh, I love it. There's ball 4. And Lewis will head to first. It is good to know that there are people out there, including Lori Gross, who's tweeted in and said, "You're not talking to yourself. We are watching. I'm just wondering who authorized my husband to wear the hat he's sporting." He does have a FTCL bucket hat. I believe that's an FTCL bucket hat. You know what, though? It's sunny. I respect it. You do what you got to do. Shade not exactly rampant here at field 1. First pitch foul by Ava Davis out of Houston Christian. Davis this summer, 1 for 5 with an RBI. This has been a very odd game. 5-0 Phinz. You've got 4 total hits. 2 hit sharply out to center. A couple defensive miscues here and there. Aggressive base running by the Phinz, as Kyle Gross loves to push the envelope in that regard. And the Loggerheads have just come out kind of flat. There's like no sound coming from the dugout at all. No team has a speaker, which is weird as well. I don't think either team on the other field does too, so it's just noticeably quieter. On deck is the powerful Caroline Stanton, who can certainly turn this game around quickly, and she's going to get a shot here with 2 on. A pair of 2-out walks. And here is the Florida Gator, Stanton. 3 for 10 this summer with 3 RBIs, a home run, 4 runs scored, 364 OBP. So for the Loggerheads, you want some mojo. This is the person you want up. Strike 1. Stanton redshirted this past year after early enrolling to play for Tim Walton, and was so dominant before she even joined the Gators that she still won Gatorade National Player of the Year. That's how good her season was. Throw down to second will scoot all the way to center field. No movement from Lewis. Stanton gets into it out to left. That's tracking and off the fence. This will bring in a pair. Stanton stops at second. Just missed a home run by a couple feet. But the Loggerheads are on the board. 2 RBI double, and it's 5-2. Not necessarily a bad pitch by Lynch, just Stanton got into it. All this coming with 2 outs. They've got Sophie Mazzola, who's the league leader in batting average. 667 entering today, 8 of 12 with 4 RBIs and 6 runs scored. Good pitch, 1-1. Mazzola through the right side. Stanton will stop at third. Loggerheads being cautious, and now you got the top of the order coming back up. Tying run at the plate. And Sophia Jin standing in. Walked and was left stranded at second base in the first inning. See if Mazzola goes. She will. The throw down was pretty good, but no real chance to get her. And a 1-0 count on Jen. Outfield playing in. Jen out to right, and it's off the glove, out in right field. Hanipsiak made a great effort at it, but Jen drives in a pair, and it's 5-4. A 2 RBI single for Sophia Jin to make it a 1-run ball game. And the Phinz will talk about it. This has all happened with 2 outs. Walk, walk, 2 RBI double, single, 2 RBI single. And Lynch, who was cruising through the inning, is bumped up against it. She'll now face Morgan Clark, who popped out in the first. I'll send one more shout out, by the way, to Lori Gross, who I'm very excited to see when she comes down to Florida. We can reminisce about our time at convention in Vegas when they saved my life by letting me interview Patty Gasso in their hotel room. That's a story worth telling. Morgan Clark. First pitch grounded to short. It ate her up. Funky hop. It's got to be charged an error, but that's tough luck for Palco. 2 on, 2 out. And now Grazia Mazzola, who was hit by a pitch in the first. Loggerheads dugout finally getting involved. Mazzola to center, and it's off the glove. This game is tied. Play at third, not in time. An RBI single for Grazia Mazzola. And we're all square at 5 apiece. Now you've got Lexi Beldowitz, the 10th hitter to go in this inning. First pitch foul. Beldowitz grounded into a double play in the first inning. Man, that feels like a time ago. Gigi Lynch just craving that final out. Foul again. Oh-2 from Lynch. Beldowitz stripes it. That's all the way to the fence, and this will score 2 more. The Loggerheads have woken up. A 2 RBI double. It's 7-5 here in the second. And time is called, as this inning has just unraveled for Gigi Lynch, kind of out of nowhere. Again, 2 quick outs. There has been 1 error, so the last 3 runs are all unearned, but a Loggerheads team that was flat was given a window, and they have jumped through it. Kyle Gross will stick with Gigi Lynch. Now, obviously, look, it's the second inning. Phinz will have plenty of time to answer, but this has the feeling of just a swing it and see kind of game. Brooke Pashota flew out to left earlier in this inning. First pitch is a base hit through the right side. Beldowitz will race for home, and they're going to get her. What a throw from right. And that'll end the inning. Hanipsiak with the delivery. And that makes sure that it's just a 2-run deficit following the single by Pashota. We go to the third. My goodness, what else is going to happen? 7-5 Loggerheads. Phinz, you're up. We'll see what they can do when we come back. All right, Phinz offense is up. It has been a chaotic 2 innings, 7-5 Loggerheads. This has that feeling of last game of the day on a weekend. We have games tomorrow, but for all intents and purposes, usually it's the game right before the 4th that gets weird, or right at the end of a week. Simone Edge takes ball 1 to start. It's Edge, Foster, and Belair due up. One and one on Simone Edge, who struck out earlier. Sydney Jackson back to work in the circle, 2 and 1. Ball 4. Edge draws the walk. That is now the 7th walk total in this game. And the count clears for Morgan Foster, who singled and scored in the 2nd inning. Got another tweet from Christine Miller. Hello from Alexandria, Virginia. Thank you for the broadcast. Go Phinz. Hello, Christine. That'd be, I believe, Avery Miller. I think I talked about this last year. Alexandria, Virginia, the location of my rival high school. I went to Woodbury. Episcopal is in Alexandria. But it's all good. No hard feelings. Striped out to right. Foster's got a hit. And Edge was slow to go to third. Little hesitation for Foster. That'll be a single advance on the throw. And now 2nd and 3rd. Nobody out. Phinz looking to tie it up instantly. McKenna Belair reached on an error and scored earlier. Unbelievably, McKenna, who entered this game hitting over 600, is looking for her first RBI of the summer. A lot of things would bring that to fruition. Belair an all-star last year for the Aquanauts. 2nd year at Ole Miss after starting her career at Florida. Full count. And a swing and a miss. Nice bounce back by Jackson. 1 down. That's her 4th strikeout. She's getting them in a lot of big situations. It's just been all the stuff around those Ks. As she faces Brooke Bennett, who had the RBI sacrifice bunt in the 2nd to bring in the 2nd run today. Bennett fouls that off towards the bullpen. Over on the other field, quick update. Just got a text from Tom. Bottom of the fourth, 2-0. The Queens lead the Circus. Circus trying to get their first win of the summer. Bennett waits. Ground ball to short. The throw to first was a little high, handled by Lewis. But a run does come in. It's 7-6. Second RBI of the day for Brooke Bennett. And Heather Robertson will hit for Hanipsiak. Strike one on Heather Robertson. FGCU player who's batting .385, 5 of 13, 5 RBIs, 2 homers, a triple, and 4 runs. Quickly down 0-2. Trying to tie up this ball game. 2 outs, runner on third. Another cue ball. Tricky play. It's short. The throw to first is in time. Nicely done by Mazzola. And we're going to have a challenge. So it will be the end of the inning. And we go to the bottom of the third. 7-6 Loggerheads up on the Phinz. New pitcher in the ballgame for the Phinz is Taylor Daniel out of Kennesaw State. Daniel on the year, or on the summer I should say, a 9.69 ERA, 3-0 record, 13 innings, 23 hits, 22 runs, 18 earned, 3 walks, and 2 Ks. And for Gigi Lynch, who went 2 innings, 6 hits, 7 runs, 4 earned, 3 walks, and no strikeouts. Cutnelly, Lewis, and Davis due up here for the Loggerheads. And my cursor on the laptop has disappeared as I try and get the scoreboard up. Cutnelly high in the sky out towards Robertson, who's now in right. Catch made. 1 down. to a good start for Taylor Daniel. And now she'll face Rebecca Lewis, who walked and scored in the second. It was Lewis's walk that started all of the things. Part of that 7-run inning for the Loggerheads. Ground ball over to second, knocked down. The recovery is in time. And there's out number 2. Good job by Mansfield sticking with it. All right, now another reference, because we'll see if the Phinz can figure out what happens with 2 outs. It did not go well last time. Ava Davis walked and scored in the second. Stanton waits on deck. She already has a 2 RBI double. In the air to center field by Davis. Long run, and it's caught just before the fence by Foster. And there you go. Beautifully done by Taylor Daniel. 1-2-3 to send us to the 4th. 7-6 Loggerheads still up a run, but the Phinz will send up 10-1-2 on the other side. Sydney Jackson back in the circle for the Loggerheads. 3 innings, 5 hits, 6 runs, 2 earned, 4 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Facing Palco, Washington, and Mansfield. And a first pitch ball to Lily Palco out of Michigan. Six runs on 5 hits, 1 error, 4 left by the Phinz. 7 runs on 6 hits, 1 error, and 2 left for the Loggerheads. 1-1 now on Palco. Good pitch, good movement. 1-2. Palco digs for it and gets a hit. Nice job going down and fishing for it. And she got a bite to turn it over to the top of the order with the ever-dangerous Destiny Washington, who's already made an impact in this game in a big way. Singled and scored in the first, RBI single and a run in the second. Two now. Did see someone for the Loggerheads going down to warm up. I think it was Carly George. 2-2 poked foul. Back to the circle, knocked down by Jackson, and no play. Another hit for Destiny Washington, continuing her torrid summer. 2 on, nobody out. And here we go again. Just base runners on base runners. The first 2 batters have reached in every inning for the Phinz. Now you've got Mansfield, who's had a good day. Ball 1. She walked in the first, RBI single in the second. I like that curveball that Jackson keeps spinning inside to righties. Got her. That's the 3rd time that after the first 2 batters have reached, Jackson is followed with a strikeout. 1 away here in the 4th for the RBI machine, Lily Solis. Had 1 in the second, 1 for 2 days. Struck out in the first, RBI single in the second inning. First pitch ball. Solis looking for a hit to tie up this game. Right now not getting much to go after. 3-0. You've got, looks like a new hitter waiting on deck. Grace Diaz waiting. Ball 4. That gets all the way back, but not of major concern. Bases loaded. And Diaz will come and hit in the Katie Hershey spot. Diaz looking for a new home out of St. Francis. 4 for 9 this summer with an RBI and 3 runs scored. A 5.45 OBP. So opportunity with the bases loaded. That was pitch 100 for Sydney Jackson. Oh and 2. Calgros did not like that call. And Diaz swings and misses. Throw down to third, not in time. But another clutch strikeout by Jackson. She's got 6 today. And now the moment is set up for Simone Edge. Strikeout and a walk on her card today. Also scored a run. Getting some instruction from Kyle Gross over in the third base coaching box. Edge, a freshman last year for Texas Tech, currently in the portal. I believe it'll officially go down as a redshirt year for her in 26. Off the end of the bat and caught up against the fencing. Oh, wow. We're going to say it was off the fence and a foul ball. 1 and 2. Rolled down the third base line. The throw to first got away. Tie ball game, and now Washington is heading for home, and she's safe. Play at third. That gets away. And Edge stops at second. It's now 8-7 Phinz. And that's going to take a minute for me to score. A first pitch ball to Morgan Foster. I think we've got it. Foster line to second, and that'll end the inning. But 2 more runs come in. And we head to the bottom of the 4th. 8-7, the Phinz lead it after 2 more unearned runs score. Alrighty, I think we've got all the things squared away. And now we go to the 4th inning. 9-10-1 due up for the Loggerheads. Stanton, Mazzola, Jin against Taylor Daniel. Caroline Stanton's 1 for 1 today. 2 RBIs and a double. First time seeing Taylor Daniel, and she'll take ball 1. Stanton, though, as we've discussed, has a lot of power in that bat. She can tie this up quickly. What a beautiful, beautiful Friday. Nearing the 4 o'clock hour local time. Stanton gets the change and lines it to third. 1 down. Taylor Daniels come in and just like totally calm things down. Now you've got Sophie Mazzola, who singled into second. Just got a tweet from a Mazzola, Marta Mazzola, Great broadcast so far. Cheering on my girls Sophie and Grazi and listening to you from Eureka, Missouri. Thank you, Marta. Appreciate it. Glad you're with us here on Field 1. Gray Robertson from Softball America, SC Network Plus, and the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Tom's over there. He's my CTSN cohort. Ooh, I like that pitch. 2-0. That's a strike. 2-1. Phinz have scored in every inning. Loggerheads only scored in the second, a 7 spot that all came with 2 outs. Mazzola to left. Continues to hit it well. And Sophie, who entered today leading the league in batting average, has another one. Some quick math has her at 10 for 14 this summer. And now back to the top of the order. Tying run on base for Sophia Jin, who's had a good day. 1 for 1. Walk in the first, 2 RBI single in the second. One 0 count on the Stanford Cardinal. That one looked good. 2-0. Rolled to second, and that just took a nasty hop. Two on, 1 out. I'll go down as an E4 as well. Again, got to score it that way, but that's brutal for Mansfield at second base. And you got Morgan Clark, who's 0 for 2. First pitch out to right, and that'll fall in front of Robertson, and it got by her. Mazzola will race for home. Jen will stop at third. This game is tied again. So you've got Jen at third. And a first pitch ball to Grazia Mazzola. What a complicated game to have to score. It was awkward. I mean, it's going down as an RBI double, but it's tough. Swing and a miss there, 1-1. Mazzola is 1 for 1. Hit by a pitch in the first, RBI single in the second. Mm. Three-one count on Mazzola. Beldowitz is waiting. She also has driven in a run already in this game. Mazzola to center field. Catch made. Jen tags up and then holds back. Right choice, and then, oh no. The throw gets all the way down the left field line, and the Loggerheads will take a 2-run lead. The E2 brings in a pair. Base is clear for Lexi Beldowitz, who's 1 for 2. Grounded into a double play in the first, 2 RBI double in the second. There's strike, 2-1. Beldowitz, another one looking for a new home out of South Florida. Got to talk with her at the pickleball courts the other day. Opposite way. Robertson's there. Catch made. But 3 runs in for the Loggerheads, and they've grabbed a lead back. 10-8 after 4 here on field 1. Well, let's see what else happens. We've played 4. The Loggerheads lead the Phinz 10-8. And a new pitcher in the ballgame for the Loggerheads. It's Carly George out of Dodge City. First pitch ball. George on the summer has gone 5 1/3, 10 hits, 16 runs, 14 earned, 12 walks, and 5 strikeouts. Sydney Jackson went 4 innings, 7 hits, 8 runs, 2 earned, 5 walks, and 6 strikeouts. Errors didn't help, but it was really the stuff after those errors that helped the Phinz put up a bunch of runs. That gets all the way back. 3-1. George, first team all-conference this past year. Through 135 innings at 2.69 ERA for Dodge City. Having a bit of a tough start here in the Summer League, and a lot of it's been that. Free passes. It's her 13th walk. And here comes the tying run. Although, honestly, referring to anything as the tying run in the 5th inning of a 10-8 ball game seems pointless. Brooke Bennett looking to atone for the error in the last inning. First pitch foul. 0 for 1 with 2 RBIs. An RBI sac bunt in the second, RBI ground out in the third. Good pitch. 0-2. Over on the other field, Tom has a 2-0 game, top 7. Queens up on the Circus. We do not have that here. Only similarity is it's a 2-run ball game as well. Full count. And that misses. Back-to-back walks. And wow, this is really unbelievable. In every inning, the Phinz have gotten the first 2 batters on base. That is remarkable. And they're losing. Avery Miller is going to hit next up for Palco. And they've got Heather Robertson, who's 0 for 1 with a ground out. Ball 1. Robertson puts a charge into it out to right. That's all the way to the fence. This might tie it. Nope, just 1 run is going to come in, and it was pretty close. But Bel Air scores, and it's 10-9. RBI double for Heather Robertson. Now here is Avery Miller, first pitch to left center. That's all the way to the fence. This will bring in 2. Avery Miller has given the Phinz an 11-10 lead in the 5th. First pitch she saw was the one she was looking for. And back and forth we go. Destiny Washington bunts it foul. Good. Gives me a chance to look up some stats because I want to make sure I've got everything I need about what Avery Miller just did. Now hitting 300 this summer. That's her first double. She's got 6 RBIs. And still nobody out. Washington sends that towards center. Miller backs up. First time Washington has been retired. Now over to Emma Mansfield, who's 1 for 2. Walked in the first, RBI single in the second, strikeout in the 4th. That's all the way back. Miller will scoot to third. Wild pitch puts another run just 60 feet away. There's a strike, 1-1. To short, Miller's heading for home, and she's tagged out. I admire the chutzpah, but hosed by a mile. And Kyle Gross says, my bad. Shouldn't have sent you. 2 gone. And a first pitch strike to Lily Salise, who's had an interesting game. Struck out in the first, RBI single in the second, walk in the fourth. Foul ball. Phinz back in front. Kind of feels like we're not done scoring here on this field. Probably not the boldest proclamation I've ever made on the air. Salise bounds it through out to left field. Another hit for Lily Salise. And Katie Hershey will come back in, 0 for 2 before exiting the lineup. Fly out and a strikeout. Diaz came in for 1 AB, and now here's Hershey. That's all the way back. Actually, it was stopped by the home plate umpire, but both runners move up on the wild pitch. Katie Hershey trying to build a little bit more margin. Tough hop at short, and another run will score. It's 12-10 Phinz, and they're on the corners with 2 outs. That's a tough one. And now a strike that gets back. This will be a pass ball, and another run will score, 13-10. Simone Edge at the plate. Runner on second, 2 outs, an 0-1 count. And now Hershey tries for third. And she'll get a stolen base. Edge is 0 for 2. Strikeout, walk, and an error. Two-two on Simone Edge, trying to increase this lead. 5 runs in the 5th for the Phinz. Full count now. So much happening. Apologies for the score bug being slightly off. I'm also operating that while trying to find a way to score this weird game. So many weird plays. Edge grounds this to short. The throw to first is in time. Side retired. Good play by Mazzola, staying down on it. She did have a tough luck error charged to her, and we head to the bottom of the fifth. All right, Loggerheads, your move now. It's a 3-run Phinz lead here on field one. Bottom 5. Pashota, Cutnelly, and Lewis due up. And Cutnelly almost batted out of order. Can't have that. The last thing we need is that kind of crisis. Brooke Pashota will lead things here in the fifth with ball 1. So Taylor Daniel back pitching ahead against Pashota, who's 1 for 2 with a fly out and a single. Both of those came in the second. Pashota lines that to center field, and that's all the way to the fence. She hightails it for 2, and she'll get there safely. Leadoff double here in the fifth. Took just a moment to get the ball in. And now Cutnelly, who's 0 for 2, but one of the team leaders in RBIs, steps in. And she bunts it foul. I think in theory I like the idea, but at this point, with the way the scoring's been, just rake. Just go for it. She did, and it's popped up to second. Maybe don't listen to Gray. 1 down. Now Rebecca Lewis, 0 for 1, walking a ground out. Strike 1. Skied on the right side. Hershey makes the grab, 2 away. So the P3 sends up Ava Lewis, I beg your pardon, Ava Davis. Whoops, Rebecca Lewis just popped out. Ball one on Davis. She walked and scored in the second, flew out to center in the third. Taylor Daniel in the circle, trying to put a 0 up. But there's a base hit up the middle, and this should score Pashota. She will come in. RBI single for Davis, and it's back to a 2-run ball game. And now you've got the power of Caroline Stanton. Waits on the change, sent to the gap. All the way hard off the fence. Stanton gets into second. Davis holds at third. And another double for the Florida Gator. Waited on the changeup, identified it immediately. And Stanton, the tying run, is in scoring position for Sophie Mazzola, the league leader in batting average, who's only increased it today with a 2-for-2 outing. Pair of singles, pair of runs. I think at this point you could just kind of expect these offenses to put something together in each inning. Ball one from Taylor Daniels. It's just been that kind of game. Not that these pitchers aren't capable of getting outs. We've seen it. But even when they have, there have been errors, good at-bats, good solid contact. It's in the dirt, 2-0. Glad that you're with us. Here on field one, final game of the day. Over there, they're done. Queens won 2-0. 3-0 to Mazzola. That's a strike. 3-1. Ball four. Base is loaded. Mazzola cannot stay off base. And the stage is set for Sophia Jin. 1 for 2. A walk in the first, a 2 RBI single in the second. And she reached on an error and scored in the fourth. 13-11. Jin in the air towards left center, and that's off the fence. This will bring in 2. Mazzola heads for home play. Oh, a collision, and an out is recorded. And that'll end the inning. Belair, or bigger pardon, Bennett wore the contact. They'll check on her. She says she's good. And I believe we're going to get a challenge here on obstruction from Danielle Watson-Moore. So no obstruction. This game is tied on the 2 RBI double by Sophia Jin, and we're all even at 13. Go into the 6th here on field one. To the top of the sixth we go. Tied up at 13. First pitch foul by Morgan Foster. It's Foster, Belair, and Bennett. After review, in case you just missed it, there was no obstruction because Bennett had the ball before the contact. If there had been contact before Bennett had the ball, that would have been obstruction with the way the rule is now written. (0-2) on Morgan Foster, who's 2 for 3. Single and a run in the second, single in the third, line out in the fourth. Carly George in her second inning of relief work. And a swing and a miss. First strikeout for George on the off speed. One down. Which brings up McKenna Belair, who is 0 for 2 with a walk. She scored twice. Ball one. Well, if you're still there, tweet us at Gray_Robertson on X. Say hello. Would love to have you. McKenna Belair out towards center field. That's carrying back to the track and gone. An RBI for McKenna Belair on a solo homer. The Phinz are back in front, 14-13. The first RBI this summer for McKenna Belair, and it comes in one of the wildest games we've had here in 2026. And just like that, the Phinz are back in front. Loggerheads are the home team. That feels significant as this game continues. And now you got Brooke Bennett, who is 0 for 1. RBI sac bunt in the second, RBI ground out in the third, walk and a run in the fifth. Called strike, 0-1. Bennett lines it through the left side. Her first hit today. By the way, that earlier strikeout on Foster was the first time not only the leadoff hasn't reached, the first two batters haven't reached. So what happens next? Well, solo homer and a single. 0-1 on Heather Robertson, who's 1 for 2. Ground out in the third. RBI double and a run in the fifth. That's outside, 1-1. Phinz have scored in every inning. Nice backhand. It's short. No double play, but a really smooth fielder's choice. Mazzola showing off the glove work. 2 down. Avery Miller, first pitch foul. Miller had the 2 RBI double her last time up. This is opposite way. Big time charge, big time shot. 2-run homer, Avery Miller. Oppo Taco to make it a 16-13 game. How about a 4 RBI a day for Avery Miller in just 2 ABs? 16-13 your score. And Avery Miller just hit her second home run and is now up to 8 RBIs this summer. Now back to Destiny Washington, who's 2 for 3. Here's her day. It'll take a minute. Walk and a run in the first. RBI single and a run in the second. Single and a run in the fourth. Fly out to center in the fifth. Ball one. This game is just off the rails. You know what? Why not? Let's go more off the rails. What else can happen? Let's up the ante. Why stop here? Can't happen in this inning, but why not get a triple play or something? Foul by Washington. 2-1. You know, my mom was going to come today, and she had to get back home, but she was worried that the game would stall her travel, driving back to Birmingham from down in Florida. And I was like, all right, I get it. But you know what? It's like she knew. Washington, another hit. 3 for 4 day. Phinz looking for more. Emma Mansfield. Here we go. Walk in the first, RBI single in the second, strikeout in the fourth, fielder's choice and a run in the fifth for a 1 for 3 day. Saying 1 for 3 never tells the whole story. Washington takes second. Pass ball. That's low, 3-0. And Mansfield draws the walk. So first and second, 2 outs. For Palco, I beg your pardon, Lily Solis, I don't know where Palco came from. She's 2 for 3. Go over the full array in the scorebook after this wild pitch. Solis struck out in the first, RBI single in the second, walk in the fourth, and a single and a run in the fifth. Stopped by Mazzola. What a throw after a great scoop. That's a heck of a play at short to end the inning. She's doing everything she can to limit the damage, but the Phinz put up 3 to retake the lead. Loggerheads, back to you. We continue with the yo-yo softball on field 1. Bottom of the 6th up next. 2, 3, 4 due up for the Loggerheads here in the bottom of the 6th. Clark, Grazia Mazzola, and Beldowitz, and Morgan Clark gets into it out to center, and that's gone. Instant answer. Solo homer makes it 16-14. Now 2 RBIs today. And Morgan Clark with her first home run of the summer. Base is clear, reset, Grazia Mazzola. First pitch high, ball 1. Mazzola was hit by a pitch in the first, had an RBI single in the second, and flew out to center in the 4th. That's grounded foul, 1-1. Loggerheads just trying to keep pace at this point. Phinz will have one more inning of hitting. It started 5-0 Phinz, but in the bottom of the second, Loggerheads put up 7. Phinz scored 1 in the third, 2 more in the fourth to take the lead again. Loggerheads grabbed it back with a 3 spot in the bottom of the fourth. 5 for the Phinz in the top of the fifth, 3 for the Loggerheads in the bottom half. Then 3 for the Phinz in the top half of this inning. And now 1 in response by the Loggerheads. Two from Taylor Daniel. Low, full count. That's out towards left and off the fence. Mazzola will jog into second. And here comes the tying run after a double off the fence. Still nobody out. I don't know if anybody else has been warming up. I think we just got to go. Beldowitz is 1 for 3. Double play in the first, 2 RBI double in the second, fly out to right in the fourth. It's foul off the fence. Tell you what, triple play, still in play here in the 6th. 0-2. Seem more defensive than anything else from Beldowitz. Still nobody out. The 1-2. Beldowitz gets it through the left side. on the corners with nobody out. Now you've got Brooke Pashota. 2 for 3. Fly out in the second. Single also in the second. She doubled and scored in the fifth. .30 combined runs, 29 total hits, 6 total errors, 12 total runners left on base. Two and two. That is checked. One play and it's made, but a run does score on the RBI groundout. One down. And now you've got Cutnelli who feels due, which is strange to say in a 16-15 game, but she is. She's 0 for 3. No longer. Base hit to left. That's down. Hold for Beldowitz at third. Another single. And they're on the corners again. First hit of a day for Cutnelli. Did the Phinz have somebody else warming up? Kyle Gross is having a word with Taylor Daniel. And Daniel will stay out there, which is, if anything, an opportunity to give her a minute to relax. Rebecca Lewis is 0 for 2. Walked in the second, ground out in the third, pop out in the fifth. Strike one. Loggerheads looking to tie, but it's 0-2. Top two batting averages in the FGCL have shown up today. Lewis through the right side. That will tie this game. Phinz was saying that touched her. I didn't think so. I think we're going to review it. So the game is tied at 16. First and second, one out. RBI for Rebecca Lewis. Cutnelli stands on second, and Ava Davis lifts that to left. Look out. Oh, it's caught by Washington. Good recovery. 2 down. For about 3 seconds, Destiny Washington had no idea where that was. But now, here's Caroline Stanton. She's had a great day, 2 for 3 with 2 doubles and 2 RBI. She's also scored twice. Loggerheads have not led since the bottom of the fourth, what feels like a lifetime ago. Stanton fouls that one away. 16-16. Inner half just missed, 2-1. And now time. Stanton sends this way up in the air out towards left field, and Washington will watch it go. Stanton again. 3-run homer. The Loggerheads are in front, 19-16. A monster moonshot for Caroline Stanton. A 5 RBI day. And here is Sophie Mazzola. 2 for 2, single and a single in the second and fourth, a walk in the fifth. And now suddenly the Phinz are down to their final 3 outs. Good news is the Phinz have scored in every inning, so it's not exactly crazy to think they're going to put something up. What a game. In every way you can possibly take that phrase. Low 2-0. I don't know. To Mazzola. And she's going to have another hit. Goodness gracious. Big turn. She'll be kept to a single. Mazzola's 3 for 3. And now a pitching change. McKenna Belair is going to come in and throw for Daniel. Now we'll step aside for just a moment. All right, Ole Miss's McKenna Belair will try and get the final out of this inning against Sophia Jin, who's 2 for 3. Daniel exits after a tough day. 3 2/3, 13 hits, 12 runs, 10 earned, 1 walk, and no strikeouts. A lot of barrel balls, and now Belair will do what Ella Dodge did last year. Ella Dodge, in a time of need, stepped in and pitched and actually threw a complete game for the slice. Belair just needs 1 out to get through this 6th inning. First pitch high to Jen. Again, here's what she's done. Walk in the first, 2 RBI single and a run in the second. Rishon and Aaron scored in the fourth, 2 RBI double in the fifth. Jen lays it down. Stunner. Oh, baby. What a beautiful bunt. Nothing to be done. And now for the second time in this game, the Loggerheads have batted around. Here's Morgan Clark, who started the inning with a solo home run. Runner goes, play at third, got her. And that is how the 6th inning ends. We go to the 7th, 1916 Loggerheads here on Field 1. Well, the Loggerheads are 3 outs away from ending this insane softball game that has gone now 2 hours and 33 minutes. However, the Phinz have 4, 5, 6 due up. Hershey, Edge, and Foster, and the Phinz have scored in every inning in this game. So, I think it would make sense to expect them to probably at least get the tying run to the plate and give themselves a shot to extend it to a bottom of the 7th. Katie Hershey is 0 for 3. Ball 1 from Carly George. Fly out in the first, strikeout in the second, and she reached on an error in the sixth. Hershey goes opposite way, foul ball. And we will need to fetch those game balls. "16 runs on 14 hits for the Phinz, 3 errors, 9 left. Loggerheads 19 runs on 20 hits. That's foul ball. 3 errors and 4 left for the designated home team. Full count. Right now, the difference in a game that's seen 35 runs is the Caroline Stanton 3-run jack in the last half inning. Payoff through the left side, base hit for Hershey. Might as well join the party. Her first hit today. And now an opportunity for Simone Edge, another one who's hitless. Strikeout in the first, walking a run in the third, error in the fourth, ground out in the fifth. If you're the Phinz, you're trying to get that quartet of Belair, Bennett, Robertson, and Miller some cracks here in this inning. They've driven in a lot of runs today. One on Edge. Everything's on edge, I feel like, in this game. Not Simone, but just in general. The 1-2. Fouled away. All the way back, Hershey will hightail it to second as the wild pitch puts a runner in scoring position. At this point, though, you're just looking for outs. It doesn't really matter how. That's the goal for George here. And Edge has a hit to right. Hershey is waved around third. She'll come in to score, and Simone Edge has the RBI single. 2-run ball game. Nobody out for Morgan Foster. Ball one. Foster is 2 for 4. Singled and scored in the second. Singled in the third. Lined out in the fourth. Struck out in the sixth. That'll get through. Another hit. We continue. Three straight singles here in the top of the 7th. Like I said, you figured that the tying run would at least get on, or rather get to the plate. Now she's on for McKenna Belair. 1 for 3 day. We'll walk through the whole line after this first pitch. Belair flared to left, and it's just out of the reach of the center fielder. Great effort by Jin, but a run will score. Play at third is not in time, and it's a 1-run game. Double for Belair. Now Belair, has 2 RBIs, and here's Brooke Bennett. First pitch, stopped by Mazzola. She'll throw home, and they've got a rundown. Foster is safe. Now Belair is trapped. She's tagged out. And there's 1 gone. So they're on the corners. Bennett takes off. Heather Robertson is 1 for 3. Ground out RBI double and a fielder's choice. She scored twice. 3-0 now. 1-run lead for the Loggerheads. Phinz have Foster on third, Bennett on second. And now Robertson on first. Bases loaded for the best hitter today for the Phinz, which is crazy to say because she's only had 2 at-bats. But it's Avery Miller. 2 for 2 with 4 RBIs. 2 RBI double in the 5th, 2-run homer in the 6th. Her team is down 1. Off the glove of Mazzola, this will tie it. A hot shot RBI single. Tied up at 19. There was a lot of traffic over there too, and now you've got Washington up. Still the 1 out. So that's a 5 RBI day for Avery Miller. And now we know we're going to play a bottom of the 7th. I wonder if McKenna Belair is going to come out there. Destiny Washington walked in the 1st, RBI single in the 2nd, single in the 4th, and now a liner in the 7th that'll get all the way to the fence. 1 run, 2 runs. Miller hustles for third. She's safe there, and it's a 2 RBI double for Washington. 21-19, the Phinz lead it. Unbelievable. Washington is now 4 for 5 with 3 RBIs. Mansfield takes it high for ball 1. Mansfield walked in the 1st, RBI single in the 2nd, strikeout in the 4th, fielder's choice and a run in the 5th, walk in the 6th. Base hit here in the 7th. Miller scores. Washington hightails it. Play at home is not in time. 2 more runs come across. 23-19. And now Lily Solis, who's 2 for 4. First pitch ball. Solis, strikeout in the first, RBI single in the second, walk in the fourth, single and a run in the fifth, ground out in the sixth. 2 for 4 day. Two-zero count. Seven runs in this inning. 3-0. Carly George just trying to find a way through, but there is a walk to Solis. And for the second time in the 7th, here comes Katie Hershey. Singled earlier in this inning. Ooh, we have a scoreboard update. Hershey way out in front, 0-1. U.S. Soccer is taking down Australia. Congrats to the boys. 2-0. So they're going to knockouts. Nice. I was thinking I might be able to catch the end of that match, but no. Hershey, ground ball to second. They'll throw to second for 1. Throw to first is not in time. 2 gone. Solis is retired, and here's Simone Edge. First pitch foul. Edge had an RBI single earlier in this inning. 1 for 4 day for her. So the Loggerheads will need at least 4, and they'll have 2, 3, 4 due up in the 7th. Edge waits and fouls, 0-2. That got away. Play at the plate is not in time. Another run in on the wild pitch. It's 24-19. Two to Edge, swing and a miss. A strikeout for George to end the top of the 7th, but oh boy, did the Phinz answer in kind. 8 spot, it's 24-19 Phinz. Go into the bottom of the 7th. We'll see if it's Bel Air in the circle or someone else. New pitcher in the ballgame is the old pitcher. The starter, Gigi Lynch, comes back in. She went 2 innings, 6 hits, 7 runs, 4 earned, 3 walks, no Ks. And right now, McKenna Belair would be in line for the win after a third of an inning, 1 hit, nothing else. The Loggerheads have 2-3-4 due up. Clark, Mazzola, Beldowitz. And I don't know about you, viewers at home, if you're still out there, which I hope you are. Hello. I think there's another twist. Morgan Clark has had a really good day, 2 for 4. She scored 3 times. First pitch is out to center, and it's caught! Initially misjudged, but recovering well is Foster, 1 down. And that'll bring up Grazia Mazzola. 2 for 3, hit by pitch in the first, RBI single in the second, fly out in the fourth, double in the sixth, and a run as well. In the air, down the right side, and it is caught! Oh, man! Heather Robertson, show out! Get out of here! 2 gone! "43 runs in this game, and one of the things I'm going to post on Twitter is a defensive highlight. Last chance for the Loggerheads. Lexi Beldowitz. Beldowitz belts it. Bye-bye. Solo homer. Sure. She's got 3 RBIs today. It's a 4-run game. All right. Still 2 outs, and look, still a lot of work to do. Tying runs nowhere close to the plate. Brooke Pashota is 2 for 4. Fly out single, double, RBI ground out. She scored once as well. Out towards left, and coming in to make the grab is Washington, and the marathon is over. The Phinz persevere and win it unbelievably 24-20. With a win, the Phinz go to 5-1 on the summer, and the Loggerheads drop to 2-4. They've lost 4 straight. And the Phinz move into a tie for second in the FGCL standings with the Swashbucklers at 5-1. Folks, what in the world? Your winning pitcher is McKenna Belair, and your losing pitcher is Carly George. Phinz 24, Loggerheads 20. Thank you so much for hanging out with us all day long. For everyone from the FGCL, I'm Gray Robertson saying so long. It's time to get in the pool. We'll be back tomorrow with our final games of the week here at Palmasola. Until then, we'll see you next time, everybody.